What's up guys, welcome back to the Karitori channel. My name is Dan, also known as Danny Donuts. Now, for those who follow our social will know that I used to be the owner of a lovely Lexus IS200 which was supercharged. Due to unfortunate circumstances, I did write it off. And it's sitting mid-repair on my mother's drive. And today's segment, I have a little announcement to make. Now, before I start, I'd like you to go to the comments below and guess what you think that might be. And also like and subscribe to the channel. Now, if you haven't already guessed, I did buy myself a new toy, and that new toy is in fact a Nissan 200SX S13 in a lovely red colour. Now, there'll definitely be more videos of this, so watch out on the Karitori channel to see this, most likely going sideways.
Dan, he's going to give us a little walk around his new car, show us what's been done to it already and what you're planning to do with it.
Yeah, so starting obviously with the exterior, it's pretty low before.
Gives it character, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's known front bumper and side skirts.
Side skirts with the little black canards on them, just to give it that little edgy look.
Wheels on it.
We've got the rotor torque 9.5J 17-inch wheels on it. Got the 326 spoiler. Pretty sure it is genuine. Either way, it looks bloody good on the car. Okay, so in the interior we've got a couple of switches here. This one's for the LED, for the lights for the gauges. These are stack gauges. We've got oil temperature, oil pressure, and turbo boost. The other one is actually the front fans for the alley rad and the oil cooler, which we'll get to in a bit. So this little beauty is actually a flop dash.
I don't know how long ago it was done.
No, but it's aged badly.
Yeah,
it's aged very badly.
There is no, you don't get any glare from it though, but it does look like it was done before I was born.
It does look like a drift sort of dash, doesn't it?
Yeah. Massive fat gear stick with the longest throw in the world.
Hell, it's unbelievable. We can travel for days from first to second. That will obviously be changed. Yeah, so the car actually used to be automatic. It used to have an automatic gearbox in it, converted to manual, which obviously we like for drift cars.
Sunroof.
Oh yeah, working sunroof, bearing in mind, it is manual.
Manual, no auto.
Absolutely fine. So moving on to the brakes and the chassis, we've got S14 front discs and pads and hub and all that. Kind of go underneath, we've got HSD coilovers. Let's go through that. shortened subframe, approximately about 15 millimeters.
It's huge.
Right,
Get your head in it.
There's a lot of stuff that's been done on the rear subframe. It's all been polybushed. It's got a 3.9 welded diff.
So it's a skid car.
It's definitely a skid car. Yeah. Definitely a skid car.
Have you got used to it being welded yet? It's your first welded, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my first welded, and I didn't really like it at first, to be honest.
The sketchy in the rain.
Taking tight corners and everything, and it's just jumping about, and I stalled it about 30 times.
Yeah, I took him out of mine the other week and he wasn't a fan of the welded, and then he bought one, so he's got to get used to it now.
Yeah, definitely got to get used to it. Yeah, the coilovers help it stick to the ground. This thing has zero movement when you lift it up in the air. The wheels literally stay where they are.
Yeah, this thing's solid. When you jack it up, your wheel would normally drop and it stays at that height. Like
it might as well be on air suspension.
It's solid. What's gone on with the subframe at the back?
So the subframe is all freshly painted. It's got nice, pretty colours on it. It's red, but
got to see if we can be able to see this.
Yeah. The majority of that rear suspension is all polybushed. It has rose links as well.
It's very squeaky.
Very squeaky and very stiff, but works wonders on the road. Whilst we're back here, we might as well talk about the exhaust. 3 inches to a 4.5 inch back box.
It's 3 inch stainless whole way through, isn't it?
Yeah.
And 4 inch. That's not 4 inch tip, is it?
4 inch.
Nah, I think that's 4.5 inch tip.
And obviously the rear has HSD coilovers as well, fully adjustable.
HSD all round.
HSD and the S14 brakes. They'll probably be upgraded to drilled and grooved.
What are these wind mirrors about? Tiny. Can you see out of them?
No. These wind mirrors are absolutely impractical. They are terrible. But they look good, and isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah.
It's all about looking good, isn't it?
Did all the stickers come with the car?
Yeah, but they're all going to be taken off, and so we can give it our own little taste.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't want to take them off and just have bare windows because it would just look a bit strange and have all the adhesive.
No,
so
I don't think you should take them off yet until you've got something to replace them with.
Yeah. Plus, it kind of gives it that I'm a bit of a boy racer look.
Yeah. Got the most important one on the front already though.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't. Yeah, that was what, first day, second
first day. No, that's first day. You turned up with it, and that was the first thing we done.
Yeah, had to get it on. Can't drive this car unbranded.
Camera adjustment is full.
Okay, so moving on to the engine, we've obviously got the CA18DT engine. This one has had the T28 hybrid turbo on with the 360 thrust bearing in it, so it does pack a punch.
Down there, somewhere. I don't think I can get in there.
That will eventually be changed. I am thinking of a Garrett turbo just to give it a bit more power and
bigger,
more powerful, less lag, because this thing does boost about 4,500. Obviously the RPM goes up to about 7.
Yeah.
ECU wise, it's a stage 2 chipped ECU. It actually runs 15 psi of boost, running about 250 to 280 brake horsepower. Like I say, that's definitely going to be changed. Looking at sort of like the 300 mark.
Yeah.
Induction wise, it's obviously got the ram air filter, because that's obviously a go-to. Big old front mount intercooler.
Massive intercooler on this.
And the oil cooler, which is quite big.
It's tucked behind it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see that.
All the end lines run into it.
The front strut brace.
Oh yeah, we've got a oil catch can down here as well.
That's
not connected.
That's attached. The oil catch can is actually here. Yeah,
that's the catch can currently.
I've also got a lightweight flywheel. Everything's pretty much braided as well, like turbo lines and brake lines. Do have a manual boost controller, full minimum
Proper
boost.
JDM zip tied to the strut brace.
Absolutely. We have a Tommy fuel pressure regulator as well. We've got the Walbro 255 fuel pump. The wiring loom's been shortened, and majority of it is like the fuse box is actually in the glove box.
What clutch are you running in it?
It's an Act 6 puck clutch.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah. We've also got the 52mm aluminium rad.
Oh yeah, we skipped over that.
Yeah, don't know how you could. It's massive.
It's fat. Dual fan as well.
Dual fan. That's what's activated by that switch inside, just for the oil cooler and the alley rad. Obviously leaving it off for warming it up so it warms up quicker, gets the oil nice and thin.
you know what the colour of the car was originally? It's silver in here. It's black in the back.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a bit of research, to be honest. There's colours all over the place on this.
This is an import as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember when it was imported. 2006.
Yeah, I think it said 2006 it was imported.
Yeah. Mileage-wise, you won't believe it. This is obviously an M-Reg, which is 1994. The mileage on the clock is 30,000 kilometres.
That is the lowest point of the, well, one of the lowest points of the car. The sway bar. I was driving behind him the other week and there were sparks coming out from up behind him from that scraping the floor. And that's the other lowest point, that subframe there.
Yeah, we raised it 25mm on the coilovers.
You can see how low it was sitting, this one here. It's worn all the tyre out. There's no marking on it. It was sat at that height, so we've raised it by that much.
It was branded.
Yeah, it was branded. Now it's worn out. Rear upper arms are adjustable. Stock lower arms or modded lower arms?
Modded lower arms.
Modded lower arms. Modded upper arms.
Yep.
Modded hubs.
Yep. It still looks nice.
It still looks low. Your tyre's still tucked in the rear. It could go a little bit more at the front, but as you've already seen, that sway bar and subframe is very low to the floor. So what's your plan with the mod yourself? It's quite modded as you've bought it. What are you planning on doing to it to give it your own little touch?
Well, I've got a few ideas running through my head. I do want to change the brakes. I know they came from an S14 and are upgraded already, but because it's got ABS removed, it's still just that little bit too soft. I want to look a bit more into it. What's the best one?
So you're going to upgrade calipers or stick with the 14 calipers?
I do like the look of the 14 calipers, but
what are they? Are they two-pot? Yeah, they're two-piston, they're two-pot.
Obviously depends on how big brakes I go, whether I will need to upgrade the calipers or not.
Yeah.
Engine-wise, I mean, this has pretty much had its works done to it. I'm definitely going to get a baffled sump if I'm going to start drifting it.
Yeah.
That's obviously a go-to. It can take a lot of power. These engines are absolutely brilliant. Obviously, the one below the SR20,
yeah,
it's come in the 14s, which is an immaculate engine. But these
I do love the sound of an SR.
Yeah, the SR sound absolutely nuts. Just going to see how it handles with the upgraded turbo. It hasn't had the injectors done, which is definitely going to be my next thing.
Yeah.
Looking at over maybe 700, 800 cc, just so that I'm sure that
yeah,
whatever power I throw at it,
you're not going to get a fuel cut.
No, exactly. And since it has a fuel pump upgrade and everything, it's a go-to definitely to have the injectors done. Absolutely love the speedometers in the S13s. I love the
it's so unique.
Speedo. Yeah.
For its time, having a digital speedo.
Yeah.
So that's a little walk around of Dan's car all done. You happy with it?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, if any of you guys got any suggestions, what I could do to it next, maybe to give it a bit more power, to make it look a little prettier, feel free
I'm so jealous.
Feel free to put it in the comments below. Okay, so might be a little bit of a battle in the comment section, but out of the two engines of the SR20 or the CA18, which engine do you prefer the sound of?
SR.
I really like the CA noise. It sounds nuts.
It's definitely got to be an SR, but yeah, we'll see the outcome of that. If you enjoyed that, like, comment and subscribe down below. Cheers for watching, guys. See you later.